The issue dealing with policies associated with how AI is to be used within a university or other educational institutions has become extremely important. This deals with many places such as universities or even high schools or elementary schools not having a policy in place. And this is problematic on multiple levels because it doesn't give clear guidance to the instructors as well as to the students. So that's what this video is going to address. This goes along with an infographic that I recently released dealing with a guide to university AI policies, principles, and guidelines. So the very first section deals with the actual policy. Have a clear, simple, and flexible policy on AI that empowers instructors. So by this, the important aspect is that the people that are going to be making the decisions as far as how to best use AI within the classroom needs to be the instructors. They're the ones that need to really contemplate when would be the best time to integrate, when would be the best time to use AI in different ways. So that needs to be an ability that the instructor has to begin with, and then that they can think that through. So they need to be properly trained and have this cognitive capability, and then they need to actually be able to function and do that within the classroom. So that needs to be a key part of the policy itself. Now, this isn't to say that students won't have agency and that they can use AI on their own, but it has to be within the confines of how the instructor allows it, at least when we're talking about assignments and assessments. So here's an example. Cheating includes, but is not limited to, using notes, books, devices, or other sources of information, including generative artificial intelligence, AI, tools such as ChatGPT, to complete an assignment or academic evaluation when such use has not been explicitly allowed by the faculty member who gave the assignment evaluation. Here we're talking about the instructor being the one that gives permission when we're dealing with an assignment or an assessment. So at other times, when it's something that isn't being evaluated, the student would still be able to use AI. They could use it on their own to help understand the content itself, to go over practice, to go over different ways to help them study for a test. But when we're talking about an assignment and an assessment, this is where the instructor would need to give explicit allowances for the use of AI. So again, this is a proper balance. The instructor has the ability to decide when this is going to be used within their classroom, but the student would still have agency in being able to use AI on their own outside of an actual assessment that's being conducted. So those are two key important aspects here with this example of how this is integrated within a policy. Now, another key thing to really look at in that example is that the information that we're talking about dealing with AI use, that's all put within the cheating aspect of a policy. Notice that there was no mention of plagiarism. Now, this is, again, a big area of debate within academia, talking about, is using AI plagiarism? It is definitely not the student's personal work, although there's even arguments with that, in that if I'm using AI and I'm going back and forth with the AI, well, I'm creating something unique that is personal because I'm doing a lot of work there. I'm using AI as a tool to create something that didn't exist before I started to use the tool to create this. So that's one aspect, one argument. And the counter argument is, well, no, you're using AI too much and it's doing the work for you. So that's plagiarism because it's the AI's, right? Again, two different aspects. There's a debate going on in academia, which I think is going to go on for a long time because we're talking about levels of use. And again, there's different ways to use the tool. Definitely if I were to go to AI and say, write me an essay, and I'd simply take that essay and turn it in, there could be more of an argument there as far as how that's just taking something that's done over here. It's not even my work. I just asked it for it. As opposed to, well, no, I'm going back and forth with it. I'm developing it. I'm creating an advanced prompt. So again, this is an argument that doesn't need to be part of the policy, because instead of even addressing it as far as plagiarism concerns dealing with AI within policy, no, I'm leaving that for another debate. Instead, I'm focusing the policy dealing specifically with the cheating aspect. So if the instructor doesn't explicitly say, hey, for this essay, for this writing, for this assignment, you can use AI, well, then the student isn't supposed to be using AI to begin with. Why? Because within the policy, this is within the cheating portion of it. So again, the way that we formulate the policy and the place that we put the content dealing with AI within the policy will go a long way to helping to have a policy that's clear as well as flexible and concise, and can really help people understand by keeping it simple, so that both the instructors and the students will be able to succeed in the educational environment. The next section dealing with enhancing and having a policy dealing with this is support. You can't have this policy that talks about an instructor making these decisions as far as when to use AI, how to use AI within the classroom, if they don't have proper training, if they don't have the proper support. So this is an important aspect that really needs to be addressed. By support, I mean that there is AI training courses that's provided to the faculty and staff. Additionally, there should be specific presentations on AI for educational classroom integration. This should be conducted multiple times to help instructors understand, well, how exactly can I integrate it? What are the different ways? It's definitely not an all or nothing. It doesn't have to be this thing where, oh, I am telling you that you need to use AI within the classroom, so it has to be done everywhere for everything. No, it's not that. There are many different ways to integrate, and instructors need to understand, well, how can I? Where could I do this? What are the different methods that are out there? So this is important as well. Additionally, there should be online resources, and this needs to be provided, made available to help faculty self-development, meaning there should be how-to guides, infographics, and many other different types of resources, videos, different things that an instructor at any time, because they might be making changes as they're going through the course, they might be making shifts to address certain things, or there might be new developments. So they need to have these online resources that are available to them at any time that they can access to then enhance their course. So that should be a primary aspect of support. Additionally, students must be informed at orientation, at assemblies, as well as on syllabi, rubrics, and periodically directly reminded about the policy. Students, a lot of them haven't grown up with this yet, right? So this is still something that's relatively new. In light of that, they need to be reminded about this. So again, to make it clear and understandable for the students, they should be given this information in assemblies, in freshman orientation. They need to be reminded throughout. It should be there should be a syllabi statement that the faculty makes talking about different aspects of AI use within their classroom, as well as just periodically. There should be a discussion within the class. It should be part of instructions, maybe even in the rubric, depending on how it's being used. So again, these are different ways to help ensure that the student understands the way that AI is being used, again, within the classroom for that assignment, for that assessment, as well as they need to have some training, the periodic training on how they can use it outside of the classroom for their own development. Again, AI is very powerful. It can be used as a study guide. It can be used as a simulation. They can go through and help them practice and develop and understand the content that was given in the classroom. It can re-explain things at different levels. So AI is a very powerful tool, very empowering tool for the student. So they need proper support. They need proper training as well. Another section here deals with principles and guidelines. Educational institutions should provide principles and guidelines to faculty and staff. A great example of this is the Russell Group Principles on the Use of Generative AI Tools in Education. So this is important so that this can function to encourage the ongoing development of AI literacy for all faculty, staff, and students, to direct faculty to ensure that assignments and assessments are modernized, adjusted based on AI realities and developing capabilities. Use the SHARE technique for redesigning assignments and assessments in the age of AI by Brent A. Anders. This is an important technique that I created to, again, help everyone in presenting different ways that the content itself can be displayed or presented in the class differently. The assignments can be adjusted differently. This provides many different ways to do that. Again, the share technique is a tool that's out there, freely available. There's a video on that. There's an infographic on that, all there to assist you in this process. So again, this will help to, as a support mechanism, to help to address the university or the educational institutional policy dealing with AI. Additionally, within the principles and guidelines, it's meant to encourage ongoing proper integration of AI within pedagogy to maximize students' learning experiences and post-graduation preparedness. This is a vital aspect. Again, the instructor should be making this decision as far as how to integrate, how to utilize, but they need to have the mindset that this needs to be integrated. AI needs to be part of classes now. The AI in itself should be integrated within curriculum in that this is something that needs to be a student learning outcome. The students need to have AI skills. AI literacy is a key point to all of this. Every person needs to develop AI literacy in order to be able to properly function in society. That's going to become more and more important as AI is integrated into every type of program that's online, every type of program, computer program that's offline as well. AI is going to be such a powerful thing. It already is now, but it's going to be even more so in the future. When a student graduates, they're going to be expected to know how to work with AI within their jobs, right? When they go to their place of employment, their bosses are going to expect them to be able to work with the AI. Again, many different types of AI. They're going to be expected to be able to use that in order to function, in order to be more productive, to be able to serve that company that much more. But it goes beyond that now. The function of the university, the function of the educational system is more than just preparing a student to work somewhere, right? It's to develop them, to make them be a better person, a better citizen, and again, to be better able to function in a civil society. Well, AI literacy helps with that as well. There's going to be so much more going on dealing with deep fakes, with different capabilities of AI. Students need to understand what are the capabilities of AI. They need to understand the important aspect of critical thinking, critical awareness. They need to learn and understand aspects dealing with ethics and AI. When should I use AI? When should I not use AI? Different ideas and concepts associated with over-reliance on AI, right? So again, how to use AI appropriately and the best way, how to use AI on your own to help develop yourself, as well as within a classroom to create content and to better learn the material. Those are all important things that need to happen within the classroom. That's why one of the principles that need to come out from a university, separate from a policy, but just a push to help instructors understand that this is important and this needs to start happening within the classroom, deals with helping them, giving them guidance as far as, yes, AI is important. Yes, start to integrate this. And here's the policy associated with it, which is flexible to empower that instructor to be making these decisions. So this is an overall tool. Again, the infographic is there to help push the university as well as other educational institutions to create a policy that's flexible, that's simple, that's clear, to help everyone involved so that we can successfully address the issue of AI now within education. Along with all of this, please remember that this channel is here to support you. So if there are other issues that you want to be addressed, please be part of the community, post comments, and let's talk about it. Let's develop a community of inquiry, of helping each other out so that we can continue to address the issue of AI in education so that we can address it in a way that benefits and creates a positive educational experience for everyone involved. And remember, learning is for life.